Joining us now, President of the Council on Foreign Relations and author of the book, The World, A Brief Introduction, Richard Haass. Chairman of the Renew Democracy Initiative, Garry Kasparov, and former acting U.S. Solicitor General, now an MSNBC legal contributor, Neal Katyal.
So, Garry, it is with great regret that I feel the need to go to you first because you were so familiar with how totalitarian leaders or wannabe autocrats behave across Eastern Europe, have behaved across Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union. So where are we as a country today?
I've been saying for 4 years that with Donald Trump, we can expect crisis every day. And most people kept saying, no, it can't happen here. I kept saying it could. Yes, America's special, but it has taken its democracy for granted for too long. It's just before the elections, I again warned that we had to prepare for unimaginable. And speaking about foreign leaders, you have to hear the Russian propaganda these days. They are celebrating the American political crisis. Vladimir Putin is smiling proudly, and Russian propaganda cannot stop pointing out in America and telling Russian citizens that democracy is nothing else but chaos, corruption, and joke. So Trump served as an agent of chaos, as Putin expected.
Yeah, Putin's getting more than he ever could have dreamed of from this president as he looked at those images at the Capitol on Wednesday. Neal Katyal, you wrote a piece before all of this happened on Wednesday, after the phone call from the president to Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger on Saturday, saying impeachment proceedings should start based on that phone call alone. So I imagine you only think that more intensely that he should be impeached at this point. And we're hearing just this morning that there will be a vote next week on impeachment. So you put that together with calls for the invocation of the 25th Amendment. What do you see happening over the next 12 days?
I think there's huge velocity. You're right. On Monday, I wrote a New York Times piece calling for a second impeachment. And I said it was going to take more than the 2 weeks back then to get the process done, but you can disqualify a future president through the impeachment proceeding. But the velocity just in the last 48 hours is incredible on this. The Assistant Speaker of the House just this morning announcing there will be that vote. Senator Ben Sasse just a few minutes ago on CBS said he would definitely consider impeaching the president. And I think that there are three reasons why we see this immediate call and the urgency. One is because we need to stop this president from exercising the presidential powers over the next 13 days. And he has his finger on the nuclear codes and buttons. This is a guy who could pardon, as President Johnson did after the Civil War, all the enemies of the United States who tried to, storm the Capitol on Wednesday. Also, secondly, you want to set a precedent for the future. I mean, when impeachment failed the last time around, I think it set a very dangerous signal that it was okay for presidents to cheat and lie to try and win an election. And, I said in a book back then, if he gets away with it, he's going to do more and worse. And that doesn't make me Nostradamus. It just makes me like a normal, average person who could see those consequences. And lastly, and most importantly, I think we need to get people on the record, everyone in the House, everyone in the Senate, every member of the cabinet. Do they stand with this nonsense? They got to take a side now. They can't just hide in the shadows. And so an impeachment vote flushes all of those votes out into the open.
Yeah.
It's a simple question. Do you support fascism or do you support freedom? There is no other way to describe what Donald Trump did the other day by trying to use violence, trying to inspire violence, trying to inspire an insurrection against the federal government of the United States of America to stop a democratic process, a constitutionally ordained process for his own political goals. That's fascism. So, yes, they need to be on record. Do they support fascism or do they support freedom? Richard Haass, it's your job to talk to diplomats across the world and world leaders every day. What are you hearing in your daily conversations? And are these world leaders hopeful that the United States is going to turn a page in 2 weeks?
Our allies in Europe, in particular, to some extent in Asia, are hopeful that we will turn a page. They look forward to the next president. But Joe, we shouldn't kid ourselves. The damage we have done to our reputation, to our standing, to the feeling among allies that we can be relied on. They've placed their security in our hands. We have done lasting damage to our position in the world. As Gary pointed out, authoritarians, say in China, are celebrating. They're basically running TV things saying this proves the advantages of our system. We don't have chaos here. You can thank us. Democracy is a dangerous thing. The same way, by the way, that Arab leaders did it after the Arab Spring. Just think the next time we try to advocate for democracy. But what about the next time we say you can't have nuclear weapons to some country because you don't have the political stability and maturity to handle them? How's that going to look? How's that going to play? So I think all of this comes together. This is going to be a long-term ball and chain on our ability to be effective in the world. Plus, we're going to have to put even more of our calories inward. We're already got to deal with COVID. We've got to deal with the great hack. We've got to do the investigations about the incompetence or what were worse at the Capitol the other day. We've got to deal with racial now and political divisions. Coming in, Joe Biden faces this enormous, difficult international inbox. But think of the domestic demands. Think of the domestic situation.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.